Yay! 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 Yay!
We're here.
Yay.
We did it. Oh.
Yay.
Oh, how sensual.
Yay.
How sensual. We just left the gym.
We did.
We just left the gym. We were getting our racquetball on. We
Feels good to do it again.
we were playing racquetball 4 times a week.
Yeah.
And then I hurt my knee. Your shoulder kind of hurt. Softball started. We were like, we want to lift and get strong for softball, so we did a little bit more of that. And then the racquetball just hasn't been happening, and we get back into it today, and we're both like an hour into it, and we were going like 2 hours.
We had
strong.
it scheduled for 2 hours,
Yeah.
and we were going 2 hours before.
It did not
And
happen.
we got
today.
2 games in 1 hour today.
They were good games.
They were good games.
It was a heck of a workout. For anyone who's looking for a great workout,
Yeah.
I highly recommend racquetball.
Racquetball's great.
Because or tennis,
You're sprinting.
maybe squash.
You're stopping and sprinting constantly, and it's such a. And to be able to play,
You get miles
game
in.
helps.
You get miles in.
You get on a treadmill. Nobody cares.
See, that's the thing. If I can work out in a competitive way, I
Yeah.
feel like I get a way better workout than not competing.
Look, if I went for a run by myself,
Yeah.
I'm not that motivated. I'll jog.
That's why I hate people. I'm competing against myself.
Yeah.
Fuck you. that's what I have to say.
I compete against myself just to get out of bed every day. So, let's be very blunt with this. I have a tough time.
Competing against yourself whether to have vanilla or chocolate. It's
Yeah.
like,
But we had the vanilla
it's a battle.
smoothie after the workout today, which felt really good.
We did, which is named after you. I don't know if it's named
Yeah,
after you.
of course it is.
Oh, well, okay.
It's Mo Mass.
We'll go there. We'll go there.
We had the Mo Mass with the oatmeal in it and stuff. It was really good.
It's always good to be able to run a couple of miles and not know. But I love racquetball. I love tennis. It's
Yeah.
great. It's a good competitive outlet. You're better than I am. I'm not as good as you. You beat me constantly.
Well, I mean, we're all better at different things,
Yeah.
right? You beat me in Madden. I beat you.
You can't
with
touch
this.
me in video game sports.
We're going to find one that I can. We're going to find one.
You know what we need to do? We need to go back and download the NCAA football from 2013,
Right.
Because now there's so many different moves, and
Yeah.
it's way easier to manipulate the game. If we played Tecmo Bowl, I'm sure you would school me.
There were tricks to that too, and I don't like winning by tricks.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm sure there's
I don't
something
know.
out there.
But we don't play video games much anymore either.
No,
we haven't played a game in forever.
which I love. We were playing games all the time, and now instead of playing games, which was a time suck, we go to the gym and play racquetball, which is a way better physically, mentally, spiritually, racquetball-y. It's
Yeah.
a way better thing for us to do.
Agreed. And
Yeah.
there used to be a really cool thing at the gym back when I worked there. Back in my day, it was
my
it was a new thing, and it was really cool on the bike.
Back in your was it the women's section,
What are you talking about?
the segregated gym back in my day.
No. See, the gym that we belong to,
No
I was
women in the sauna. Well, actually, I guess women don't come in the sauna anymore.
No.
That'd be weird.
shared sauna.
It's like here's a bunch of naked 80-year-old men, and a woman walks in. That's a start to a movie.
I'm going to side note this a little bit, just because when we were walking out today, it's tough.
The naked man.
The naked man who was at the sink,
Yeah.
and I won't say, but a part of him was resting on the counter of the sink.
This is. Okay, it's gonna sound really strange to say. I've actually been wanting to have this conversation on the show for a long time.
Awkward.
Because
What?
I had the conversation with Lori.
Okay.
And I was like, there's always old men naked just in the locker room. You disconnected your microphone. Yeah, you got. What'd you do?
I don't know. There it is.
Okay. Yeah, there's but apparently that doesn't happen in the ladies' room. Like they cover up. I would think that it's just just hey, I'd let him hang out.
The
The old men let it hang out.
men love walking around naked,
They love it.
like the
They
entire
love
time.
it. I don't get it.
They walk around. They start carrying on a conversation with you.
What's the age?
Like I don't want to. I don't know.
It happened last week. Someone's just like, I'm going to be full frontal and say hi and stand there and talk
And
to
like,
you. I'm just
hey,
like,
how you been? It's good to see you. I'm like, I can't carry on a normal conversation.
Yeah.
with your hoo-hoo dilly swinging around.
And it's just always a very aggressive eye contact because
Yes.
they want you. I think they want you to look.
They want you to look.
They want you to look. I don't want to look at that.
I don't want to see that.
There's just a lot of things happening there, but apparently women don't do this.
That's crazy. I don't know why the old men do.
Let me ask you this.
They're all retirees.
Let me ask you this. When's the last time you walked into a sauna and you saw a peanut-shaped sweat stain on the bench?
Last time I walked in. When I used to work there, that's what we were getting at before.
Yeah.
I used to work at the gym as a sales manager, and I used to use the sauna all the time. Which is great for you to do.
Yeah.
And there was a guy that affect, no matter where you are, you have nicknames for people that you don't know.
Yeah, our softball team. I don't know any of them.
No. I mean, for people you don't know to start with, you give them a nickname that they don't know about. That's what you call them. Like
Baldy.
people that walk at the park
Yeah.
are like, there goes Swinging Arm Sally. Which what we call her. We don't know her name. We call her Swinging Arm Sally because she swings her arms really fast.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of names of people.
There was a funny one that you had at one point. I don't know if you want to say it on the
No,
air.
I don't.
She doesn't know what it is.
No. Anyway,
You're embarrassed to say it. Craig, when you finally listen to the show, I want
won't.
you to call in and
He
say
won't.
it. He won't listen to the show.
you won't. We call her Sopranos. That's all I'm saying. So anyway,
No, the other one.
Oh.
No, not that one. There's another one that you have.
long hair.
no,
yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
You're not going to say that one either.
No.
Okay.
I'm not going to say it. So anyway, some things are meant to be private. But if you don't know their name, you call them by something so your other people know.
Yeah.
When I used to go to the sauna more often, there was a guy that never brought a towel in the sauna, which again is not. It's not appropriate. You should bring a towel in for one
Always sit
to
on a
put
towel.
under you and one to put over you.
I just wrap it around myself.
Which is fine.
Sit. Yeah.
But you should
I'm
cover up.
covered from both sides.
Yeah,
if
and you don't
they're-
want to put your dirty hiney on the thing I'm going to be sitting on. That's rude.
Yeah, it's not
So-
really the hiney I'm worried about either.
Well, yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So there was one guy that used to go in there all the time, and he would sit spread eagle as you walked in.
And
we just called him Frank. He was Franks and Beans. Franks and Beans was always like, hey, Frank's in the sauna again. Great. This is fantastic.
This is why the steam room has an advantage over the sauna.
Yes.
In that you cannot see.
Correct.
You also cannot breathe. I can't do the steam room.
Oh, it's good for you. You got to get your lungs used to it.
I know it is, but
Yeah.
it's something that
It takes time.
Well, it's whatever that effervescent, whatever
It's
they're
like a menthol-y
putting
kind of
in there.
thing.
Yeah. It's and it says right on the door, like some people will have a reaction to this. If you have an adverse reaction, get the hell out of there.
The first couple times I did it,
Yeah.
my lungs couldn't adjust to it, and then
Yeah,
it
it
takes
was-
time to build
yeah.
up over time to get used to it. But
I like the dry. I could sit in a sauna for a half hour straight.
yeah,
The dry, I can sit in there.
I'd rather not. I'd rather go a good 15 minutes and I feel good.
But which one could you last longer? The
I don't want to do
steam-
more than 15 minutes in either one.
Oh.
I just can't sit there for 15 minutes. Like I couldn't sit somewhere with doing nothing, staring at the wall for a half hour.
What if there was what if we were having this conversation? Okay, if we were doing a podcast, would you, and it was a 45-minute episode, would you rather do it from a sauna or from a steam room?
I don't think I want to sit naked with you talking for too long.
We don't have to be naked. There's towels involved. My skin does
still
not
naked.
touch the wood.
Yeah.
I don't have to be.
I
I could be
guess.
wearing a bathing
Towel.
suit, towel,
Nobody wears a bathing suit in there.
but I
That's
could be.
weird.
If we're doing a show, I'm wearing a bathing suit.
Okay.
In the same way that
Yeah,
I'm
probably the
bringing a
sauna.
microphone into
Probably
a
the
sauna.
sauna, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. See,
Yeah.
that's where I
Yeah.
go. I can't do the steam room.
There's a hot tub there at the gym too, right?
It's so funny. So my both my daughters are now doing swim lessons,
Which is awesome.
at the gym, which is great. But Diana, my older daughter, for those not keeping track, she loves hot tubs
Really?
to the point where she saw that there was a hot tub when we did our last. It was our first swim lesson last week, and she was like, "I want to get in the hot tub." And there's some other adults there. I'm like, "No, I don't have my bathing suit." And it says right here, it's one of the rules: children need to be accompanied by an adult or parent. So I'm like, okay. I think it's the end of the conversation. Next day, she goes, "Daddy, next time we go to the gym, you got to bring your swim trunks." Like, why? So we can go in the hot tub.
She's got you.
This has been a conversation literally the last 4 days, and I guarantee you she will mention it today. She's at the point where she's just basically creating rules.
Okay.
Like yesterday, she goes, "Daddy, I called Sarah. She's the babysitter. I called Sarah. She's going to take me to the Jumps Trampoline Park on Sunday at 1:00."
Wow.
And I was
setting appointments.
And I asked, I was like, "Sarah, is this true?"
Right.
I don't care. She can set up whatever with Sarah. I don't care. Sarah, well, I have a wedding to go to. She called and told me this is what we're doing, but then I told her that we can't do that, and I would do it another time.
Yeah.
But she's just steadfast. Like, this is it. It's her way or the highway right now. And at some point, like, it's just not going to go well for her.
Yeah.
Because she's going to come up with some stupid rule that's just not going to be, that's like going to have zero basis in reality.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to be like, that's not going to happen. She's going to be like, Daddy, I'm going to go live in that cloud tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow at 2 p.m. I'm going to the cloud.
Do it.
No, she wants me to help her.
Go ahead,
This is how I have to explain that. That's
Do it
not
on your
it's
own.
not viable.
Do it.
It's not feasible. I'm not doing it. I'm here to break dreams
Wow.
of living on clouds.
Wow.
Yeah.
I say go for it. Nothing is impossible. Live in a cloud.
Living on a cloud is impossible.
Not impossible.
Living
Nothing.
on a cloud is
You
impossible.
missed what I said before. Nothing is impossible.
Living on a cloud is not possible. It's
Sure it is.
it's not so. You can't build a foundation of a house there. You can't even pitch a tent on a cloud.
You can create a cloud around you and live on a cloud.
That would be fog. You're
No.
living on fog, and you might as well just
Move to
London. Yeah, move to Lower Uncton. It's quite a foggy village. All right.
All right.
So you said that you saw Liz
I did.
at the park taking a walk.
Yes.
Did she have bungee cords around her legs?
There were no bungee cords.
Like
There
resistance
were no.
bands?
No resistance cord. No. We covered that, but no. There
What
were
was
none.
What was she doing?
She was out for a walk.
Just walking?
Yeah, she lives right around the corner from the park.
That's the bored shit that I was just talking about. Who wants to walk by themselves?
I walked for 20 miles in Boston last week. 22.
But were you
23
by
miles.
yourself for the entire time?
Some of it I was.
Okay.
Some of it I was with other people. I walked.
Were you going
from-
places?
Yeah, I walked from. I was staying at the Westin Hotel, which you know in Copley.
It was so funny because
No, that was brilliant.
So for
Yeah.
everyone, Mo sends me a picture and of Boston. And
I'm like, I just got to my room.
just got to my room. That's all it said. And it's a picture out the window. And it's the Boston Public Library.
Yeah.
And I can tell from the angle of the public library that he was positioned about, I'd say southeast of it, give or take.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, you staying at the Westin?" And I don't think I've impressed you that much in a while.
No, that was impressive. I was like, wow, he named the hotel.
I know Copley.
Yeah.
I know Kenmore. I know basically everything between the walking distance you probably did between Kenmore and then going all the way to the
Copley.
north end.
Yeah,
Haymarket?
We went the first night when I got there that Thursday. I walked like 8 miles that night. We walked through the gardens there or through the park and all the way up to Quincy Market and got dinner and then walked to the north end to try to get a cannoli.
I
The lines were
suggested modern.
ridiculous.
You said modern was super line
They
and
both
long,
were.
and so was Mike.
So was Mike's, yeah. So we didn't get a cannoli at
Modern's
all.
worth it though. That's worth the wait.
I don't think anyone's worth like an hour wait to get a cannoli. Sorry.
Sometimes they have the Boston Cannoli Company comes down to like the fairs here in Connecticut,
Yeah.
and you can like the Goshen Fair. You can get the Boston Cannoli Company. It's pretty damn good.
Well, I didn't get a cannoli.
Loser.
And then the next night we tried again and we didn't get a cannoli.
Uh-oh.
They were closed up early, like on a Friday night. Quincy Market, like 9 o'clock, done.
Well, Faneuil Hall closes, but there's still
Faneuil
stuff
Hall,
going
but
on.
like no, everybody was shutting down all around them.
Really?
It was really weird.
Not the bars.
Stopped into Faneuil Hall at like 9 o'clock, and we were the last ones out. I decided to stop in and use the bathroom, and walking back, they're like, "Yeah, you can't go out this way. You got to go the other way." Wow.
Take a good old historic piss.
Okay, something like that. Sure. There's dinosaurs all
Is it
over.
still troughs in there, or have they updated? They
No, it
probably
had the
updated.
update, yeah.
Oh, no, I miss the old trough.
Yeah, nothing like a trough.
Nothing like peeing in a trough. Now,
Nothing
Liz,
like a
if you're
trough.
listening, in the men's room of bathrooms, they used to have troughs instead of urinals,
Correct.
where the guys would just line up, pee into a steel
Like a tub.
tub
Yeah.
that was pitched or yawed to one side,
Yeah.
or if it was really fancy, it would go down to a centralized
It's a
drain.
central pee spot.
And the men would stand next to each other, shoulder to shoulder, in silence, unlike in the locker room,
and just pee.
and just pee.
Yeah.
And you don't look up, you don't look down, you don't look left or right, you just look straight ahead.
Then
to
you
the
get
wall.
that one guy who's looking down at you, and you're like, really?
Yeah.
I'm peeing.
You get a peeper.
Yeah.
You don't want
peepers.
that.
It's awkward.
Yeah, the trough was a good old time. You still see it in some older ballparks. I
Yeah.
think Dodger Stadium maybe still has a couple.
And I've seen it in
Fenway,
ice
they got
rinks.
rid of 'em.
Ice rinks across the state. There's still some that are like that.
Okay,
I found
okay,
they're older,
okay,
but
okay.
but yeah, I walked like
We got to start a petition.
47,000 steps in 3 days, and over like 22, 23 miles.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and I didn't bring my sneakers, so I was like, feet were
Oh
dying.
God, what were you wearing?
My slides are like I have on now, and I also had boat shoes one day, and that didn't help.
No,
Boat shoes are a bad choice.
Those aren't made. I mean,
milk was a bad choice.
perfect. Boat shoes are a bad choice for walking, but they're. I mean, that's a lot of people in Boston wear their boat shoes. You fit right in.
I looked the part.
Yeah.
I looked like a local. Yeah.
Well, that's.
But I
good.
did take a tour of Trinity Church, which is a gorgeous, amazing church.
It is. It's beautiful.
Yeah, inside and out, beautiful. If you have nothing else to do, I did a tour of Fenway too. That was kind of cool.
Now that's the chapel. That's the real chapel.
That's the other chapel.
That's
yeah.
that's the real chapel. That's the real chapel.
And
because
you'll-
this is how I know. Because I know for a fact. Jesus may or may not have existed. That's all a sham.
That's historic.
No, Ted Williams is fucking historic. Okay. Batting 406 for a full season, 152 games. That's historic.
One of the greatest hitters of all
That's
time.
historic.
If not the greatest hitter of all
Jesus
time.
probably couldn't hit a fastball. I'm sorry. I'm
don't
going to go
know.
out there and say, do you think
It was a
Jesus could
different
hit a fastball?
He could stop the ball in midair and hit it if he wanted to. You know?
I don't think Jesus could hit a fastball. Okay, maybe during the dead ball era.
Curveball maybe would have been a tough time.
Maybe Jesus could have hit like, I don't know, Smokey Joe Wood. But Jesus ain't touching Roger Clemens.
Walter Johnson.
No.
maybe.
The big unit, who was probably as close to Jesus on the diamonds.
Valid.
Yeah, real
long hair, yeah.
Jesus, he ain't doing that. He can turn Gatorade into wine though, I'm sure.
I don't know where you're going with this, but that's all right.
I'm just saying that the real chapel, the real holiest place in all of Boston, was built in 1912 in Kenmore Square. It's a beautiful
So-
brick building if you haven't seen it.
I do want to tell you that I went to a place called Joe's. Had dinner one night.
Okay.
It was good. I went to Fire and Ice. Had dinner
It's
one
always
night.
a great time.
That was fun.
The old circle.
But the best food, the old Circle Grill.
Yeah.
The best food I had there, hands down, on the way to Fenway, we stopped at JP Licks
Oh yeah.
and had to get that. You
Got
have to
it.
get JP Licks while
Got
you're
it.
up there. Yeah.
Or just a sausage on Yawkey Way.
Which I got a sausage.
Got to get the sausage.
One night
On
on my
the
own, I was
lands
walking
down.
around waiting for them. The night I went to Trinity, I ended up just walking around and found a sausage vendor. I'm like, yeah, there we go. It's the same thing. I did find out, too. I talked to the guy inside Fenway because somebody said they wanted a Fenway Frank really bad.
During the tour?
Before as this tour was starting, I'm like, hey, how early are they lined up? Because we're going to do the tour like
Yeah. Can we
a couple
get, yeah.
hours before. And they said, no food's ready until game time. You can't get a hot dog till game time. And I was like, oh. And he goes, but you know those vendors right outside? Those
Yeah.
are the exact same hot dogs.
Yeah, they're going. Yeah.
They're
yeah.
the exact same ones.
Exactly, yeah.
You're not getting a different dog inside of Fenway. So that's a good little tip for people. It's the same Fenway Frank
You want
inside
a
and out.
Fenway Frank and you don't have a ticket to the game, you can still go and get one.
And you know the difference is between a Fenway Frank and a Wrigleyville hot dog?
You can get a Fenway Frank in October.
There it is. There it is. I set myself up. Okay.
There you go. Appreciate that. Should we check the calls?
Well,
Should
it's
we see
been
if
like
there's any
2
calls?
weeks, isn't it? I don't know. We got to
it's-
have some
it's
calls.
fun.
We have any?
It's been a while. Yeah, 1, 2,
Two?
3.
Three.
There's 3 blinking lights.
All right. Hit them up.
Well, we'll start them, and hopefully we're going to be talking about food because in the last show or a couple shows ago, that caller did not want us talking about food.
I promise you we're going to talk about food before we're done.
oh,
I'm setting the table.
that's a promise.
Get it? Set the table.
I like that.
thank you.
I like what you've done.
Thank you.
He's gonna be so upset.
Oh, it's all right. He hasn't called him but once in the last, 6
Liz,
months.
wait, go
a
ahead.
coworker of mine recently got engaged, and sorry to
Hey.
get a little personal with this call, but I was just wondering, is Mo ever going to get married, and why not?
Why not?
And why not? It's not even a why or why not. It's just why not. Oh my goodness.
Well done, Liz.
all right, Liz with a leadoff double.
oh, yeah. That's
and then
a solid
And then there was
call.
an error, and you squeaked into third. And I don't know if she's gonna score, but we'll see where this conversation goes. So, is Mo ever gonna get married?
I don't think I even need to answer the question. I think you can answer that question.
No. Next call, Liz.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah. Look, some people are built for it, some people aren't.
No, you can't say no. You can't say no because you never know. Like you don't know when you meet someone if they're going to be the one. You just don't know. Like Lori and I, who I've been married to. Wow, it's going to be 12 years in August.
Okay.
A long time.
Yeah.
We hated each other at first. Hated each other.
Well,
at
everybody
first.
hates you when they meet you.
Valid.
Yeah.
But when she met me, she was not thinking I'm going to marry that man.
Yeah.
Right. It wasn't until, she was like, oh, just got a keeper. And I don't know what brought that on. You know what it was? It was my cooking, actually.
Yeah.
She would continued to come over because she was not a good cook back then. I'm still a better cook, but she was not a good cook back then. And she didn't know anybody else in LA because we met on like the first day there. She became friends with my other friend. He wouldn't stop talking about his ex-girlfriend. So she was like, fuck that guy. Yeah. And then she was like, but Mike can cook. So I'm just going to keep on coming around.
All right.
And now we're married. So you can't say no. Who's that?
Amazon's here.
Oh, we do have an Amazon
Day.
guy. Okay,
What's up, man?
great. What's up? What's
You
going
can
on?
interrupt. That's all right.
Mid-podcast delivery. Do you want to say hi?
How's everybody doing?
We're doing all right. Happy
Fair
Prime
enough.
Day, man.
Happy Prime Day. Yeah. Do I got to sign?
No, it's all
We're good. All right, man.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate you. Well, there you go.
That's great.
There you go. It's a blue box.
Yeah.
What's that for? Pay overtime. Oh, see? Now you can finance your dog food and French press.
Oh,
and
okay.
whatever else you're buying on
Interesting.
Amazon. Yeah. So anyway, I like how they make specific boxes to advertise things on Amazon. That's pretty good.
So as much
I digress, though. I digress. You never know. You never know. You could go to the bar tomorrow and just meet someone, and then before you know it, you're getting married. You never know.
I just think.
And
at
now that
this
you're
point,
skinnier, you're more eligible.
wow.
I'm just saying.
I don't know if I've never felt unattractive. It's not about that.
I mean, you were pretty unattractive. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
You know what makes you more eligible though than the smaller belly?
What's that?
Trimming the beard. I've always told you. You got to keep that beard trim. You got to keep that tight. It's
So
good.
as far as the
You look younger.
as far as the
You look more svelte.
as far as the
You look like you got more stamina.
as far as
You
the,
look like you're even got more money. Somehow you even look richer because you can
I am not.
afford to trim the beard.
I am not richer.
Before you just looked like some hobo, and now
I am a hobo.
now you look like you're lower middle class.
Thank you. That's lovely.
There you go.
This was such a fun call. Wow,
Thanks, Liz. You know, Liz, she scored. She stole home.
That was not Liz. That's you have hijacked that entire call in question that was directed solely at me.
All right, so answer the question.
I don't see it happening just because I'm a little beat down after all my years of never having that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm too difficult to live with.
Oh,
I think I'm too tough to
you're
deal with.
spoiled now.
I think I'm set in my ways. I think I'm an old
He's-
man set in his ways.
He's gone sour.
You know, I
he's
think
gone sour.
I've lost faith in the fact that it's going to happen.
Aw.
Yeah.
Well, anyone, if you want to bang Mo, call us at 631-7-MIKE-MO. That's 631-7-MIKE-MO. That's Mike with a Y. And you could make Mo a very happy elf.
It's not. It's just I'm super picky and I shouldn't be, and I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you.
Are you not necessarily picky, but it's are you, if someone came up and they were like, "Hey, let's go out on a date," you'd be like, "Let's go for it."
Maybe.
Depending on who it was.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm very picky with that. Plus, I don't have a lot of time, and relationships
That's
take
true.
tremendous amounts of time. And I hate to say it sounds hokey, but I'm kind of married to my jobs.
Okay, fair enough. Now I'm about to make this awkward. What if that was Liz proposing to you?
I'm sorry, Liz. You're lovely. You're lovely. We could put bungee cords on the registry, but you know, she's great. But no, I'm not there. Sorry, Liz. What are you doing?
Oh no!
What are you doing?
That's the wrong one.
Oh.
That's always the wrong one. All right, let's get to the next call. A great call. It was a great call. It was a good call. It was a good. But you brought my boy down, and now I'm not very. I'm kind of upset. So I'm hoping our next caller can
All right.
can pick the show up a little bit.
All right.
Yeah.
This is not a dating show either. So
This is not a dating show. This is not a food show. But if you want us to talk about dating, food, or anything else, Batman, fish fillet sandwiches.
Yeah.
That probably falls under the food category.
Oreos. No, I'm getting hungry.
631-7 Mike Mo. I still have some of the puffletti from Romania.
What, just sitting on the floor?
Yeah,
That's disgusting.
Just two of them down there.
That's disgusting.
Well, no, because those were the ones that you threw at me because they're basically a step up from packing material.
Yeah.
That's basically
I think
what
they are
were.
packing material.
They're packing material with a little bit of cheese dust.
Do you
on
have
them.
those other things, those other round things still? Are they
You
kicking
ate that entire bag.
I did not.
You ate that
I left
entire
half
bag.
a bag.
Oh, then I
sitting
threw it out.
there.
Oh, I thought you ate the whole bag.
No.
No. Well, here we go. All right,
Okay.
let's see what the next one is. Caller, you're on the air.
Yo, Mike and Mo.
Hey.
It's your buddy Vin all the way up here in Torrington. How you boys doing?
Good.
I'm sorry I haven't been calling. I
Yeah.
apologize. I've been
Should.
playing catch up. I'm also currently recovering from COVID, so that's fun.
Oh, good for
So,
you.
People still get
My
that.
brother and I have continued our baseball trip this year. And this
Ooh.
year, we landed in good old Pittsburgh,
Nice.
the land of Heinz, pierogies, and beer, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
is awesome. I mean, like,
Yeah.
everywhere that you go in the bars in Pittsburgh, fuck tons of beer. So if you didn't know
Most
that,
bars
now
do
you
have
do.
that, yeah.
PNC Park, beautiful, awesome. Unfortunately, Roberto Clemente Bridge is kind of on the mend. So if you watch any Pirates games this year, you're going to see a big old tarp on that bridge. So bit of an eyesore, but still, it's a
Get to the
freaking
point, Vinny.
amazing
Get to the
park.
point,
If you guys
Vinny.
have been out to PNC Park, highly recommended. And the pierogies in that park, very good.
It's big on the pierogies.
Talk about food.
My question to you dudes
Oh,
is this.
there's a question.
As I got to mosey on around Pittsburgh, I found it pretty awesome. It's a really, underrated city. It's very clean.
Mhm.
It's got a lot of wonderful views and whatnot, and it seems to be, a lot to do out in Pittsburgh. It's pretty awesome. So I kind of found myself thinking, man, if I wasn't living in Connecticut, I think I could make it in Pittsburgh. I think that would be, my spot. Definitely be a place
Step
that I
up from
could see
Torrington.
myself kind of making another life in. My question to you dudes is,
There we go.
out of all the places that you have traveled around this world, where could you see yourself making it again? Having a second life. Where do you think you can make it? Well, all right, I'm going to see you dudes later. Call you again. Love you. Bye.
Okay. Whoa. Okay. And Jesus.
Oh, how about
Mo.
that, huh?
Well, now I need to edit the show because
Nah, it's
you
fine.
you just
It's fine.
you just destroyed everybody's speakers.
I got everybody's attention.
All right.
that's
Well,
all.
that was Mo. Everybody.
Yeah, it was me.
That was Mo's fault.
It was me.
So I've already lived several places, and I was okay in all of those places. So I mean, I guess when I was in Greece one time, there was a house for sale on this island called Milos, overlooking the sea.
Ah, Milos.
Beautiful concrete home. Literally cost $10,000 to buy this house.
Why didn't you buy it?
Well, I was thinking about it, but then I was also just like, damn, this is far away. So to get to said house, okay, you got to fly to Athens. Then you got to take a ferry to Milos.
Okay.
Right. Then you got to drive an hour into nothingness.
Loving this place.
Yeah, and then it's just there, and there's nothing around.
I'd have gone halvesies with you.
Nothing around. I mean, I discussed halvesies with several people,
Not me.
but no, not you, but you weren't there at the time.
Oh, all right.
So I mean, I don't even know if there was electricity or plumbing.
Awesome.
I'm
loving this place.
and it was great because the only other people who were there, they had this it wasn't even a VW van. It was just some old van.
Yeah.
And it was this guy and this girl who may or may not have been super attractive.
Okay.
All
Everyone may or may not be super attractive.
right. So this fucking smoke show of a Greek girl and this guy who for some reason she was attracted to. I don't know. See, but I don't know.
We always say there's one of two reasons. Why do we always say that?
Well, I think it was because he could fish, and he actually got some fish, and they were cooking fresh fish.
All right.
They literally went. That's the moral of the story. They went into the sea, got fish, brought it back up. They're all flopping around. He
Cool.
just whacks it with a hammer. It's like, all right, fish is dead. Throws the entire whole fish onto a grill.
Wow.
Right outside of this van. She was fucking hot.
All right. I got that part. You said that part before. Yeah.
I cannot articulate the hotness here. I'm just that's all I'm saying.
All right.
That's all I'm saying. So I could live there with her,
Sure.
to answer your question, Vinny.
I don't know if Lori would appreciate that, but you could live there with her.
Lori could live there with us. That's fine.
Oh, that's great. So, of all the places you've been, you would consider moving to this middle of nowhere in the
that
sticks
really
Greece.
no. I think that's kind of like the dream retire, get away from everyone. Like some people are like, oh, I'm gonna go to Montana.
Yeah, I've said that 100 times.
That's the Montana of Europe.
I would disappear to
basically.
Montana.
Yeah, and so you could disappear to Milos, which would
Yeah.
be awesome. Side note, the waters of the sea in the Greek Isles makes the Bahamas look like Pittsburgh.
Wow.
But apparently Pittsburgh's beautiful, according to
And
many.
last time I was in Pittsburgh, I wouldn't say it was beautiful. My niece went to Duquesne.
Okay.
So I went down to visit with her down there.
Duquesne.
Yeah. And we went to a place called the Church Works,
Okay.
I believe. It was an old church they converted into a brewery. And these big vats were up on where the altar was.
Oh, I love that.
It was amazing. And that's the first time I ever had beer ice cream. And it was amazing.
Beer ice cream.
I didn't think it'd be good. I was with my brother. We tried it. Oh, my God. It was so good.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Really cool place. Church Works, I believe it was called.
Okay.
In Pittsburgh. So if it's still there, go visit. But I don't know. Pittsburgh wouldn't be my choice.
No, Pittsburgh would not be my choice. I'd go to Boston.
Boston has a nice
Boston.
small town feel for a city.
Yeah.
I do like Chicago quite a bit. But if I were to live somewhere aside from here, I don't think it'd be a big city.
No. If I were to pick I would say like that area of Mississippi that I visit outside of New Orleans, like that area was awesome. I could see myself living down there.
Is this Redneck Riviera? Is that what they
Redneck
call it?
Riviera.
Yeah.
I could totally make it down there.
A friend of mine bought a house in Alabama down there in the Redneck Riviera.
Oh yeah.
Loves it.
It's great.
Loves it.
It's great.
I'd want to go someplace that's warmer. If I was gonna make the move
Costa Rica.
out of New England,
Costa Rica.
I would make sure I wouldn't face the crazy winters that we face.
I
I'm not
honestly
going to trade it for Pittsburgh winter.
No, not at all. I could see myself on, St. Croix, St. John, St. Thomas. I could do a little Virgin Islands action. I could actually see that.
Yeah,
I could actually see that.
I could even handle Florida.
Depends on where.
Yeah.
Depends on
I was working there for so long, and the greater Orlando area, once you get outside of the city, you were close enough to where stuff was going on, but it wasn't bad. It was kind of quiet. It was kind of nothing around.
I mean, I would need to. Orlando would probably be the one place I wouldn't want to be because if I'm in Florida, I at least need that ocean to be
and that's why
nearby.
I enjoyed my recent trip. I went down to Fort Myers area. That was amazing.
I like the Fort Myers area.
Sanibel Island, all that down there. It's beautiful.
Tampa, South Key West, obviously.
Key West,
obviously, but the Key West isn't Florida. That's
no,
not
Key
Florida.
West is its own country.
That's
it really
like
is.
that's basically like if St. Croix and Savannah, Georgia had a baby.
Yeah,
It's Key West.
Yeah,
and I could totally do that.
I can see that.
I could do that. Although I would probably be in Marathon.
Well, that's a little further up, but
There's a great beaches there, great food. The Turtle Hospital is there, and if they have to evacuate because of a hurricane, you got a head start on all the idiots who are like, "I'm going to live in Key West." Actually, they don't evacuate. What am I talking
They
about?
never
They don't
evacuate.
evacuate from Key.
I do
We're going to
have-
ride this one out.
a friend of mine's family used to own a house in Marathon and loved going down
I love
there all the
Marathon.
time, yeah.
It's great.
Well, you know what? If we find a $10,000 house in Marathon, let's split that.
Okay.
All right.
I would not live in Fort Lauderdale / Miami or
No.
Hollywood in between.
I don't like Miami.
I
at
had
all.
the opportunity actually to live in Fort Lauderdale
Okay.
to move for a promotion, and it was
Yeah.
optional promotion. You want to move down this way? Well, I was looking at houses, and I was like, okay, you can get a giant house with pool for like $250K,
Yeah.
whatever. But I just Fort Lauderdale and Miami, it's just not my vibe.
Yeah.
Even West Palm Beach, which is in the area,
Yeah.
just Southern Florida, not my thing.
Unless you go way down south and you hit the Keys.
Oh, once you hit the Keys, once you're at Key Largo, right?
Yeah.
Boom. You're
Love it.
Different,
Love it.
whole different. You got to drive through the swamps to get there, through the
And the
marshes.
7 miles of bridges and
Yeah.
all that stuff. It's great.
I won't ever live in the Panhandle because that's I don't even think that's considered America anymore. And if I said that down there, they would have a real big problem with me saying that.
You'd be hung.
But
For
that's-
several reasons, you'd be hung.
Well, it's but
That actually translated to audio. That was great.
if
You know, he was tugging on his collar for that.
if I was when I say it's not America, it's not like, it's not, there's no patriots and no freedom, but it's just not as civilized as the rest of society.
I would love to see you walk into a store in the Panhandle and say, "Do you have any gefilte fish?"
They've got rules in the Panhandle that don't necessarily apply at a Panhandle, and it's just the part of Florida within the Central Time Zone. Once,
Right.
Once you get to Gainesville, everything's okay. Like that part of the Panhandle,
clears out.
it's okay.
Yeah.
It cleans up.
Yeah.
You could, but it's. You know how they say like anything goes in Vegas?
Yeah.
Like, no, it doesn't.
No.
But anything goes in the Panhandle of Florida. Let me tell you, it makes Mobile, Alabama seem civilized,
All right, let's get to the next call.
which is right up the road. Do you want to get to the next call?
Yeah, let's get to the next call.
I know we weren't supposed to talk about food, but I see
cruising
you
along.
holding some food over there.
Well, let's get to the next
and
call,
you're like
then we'll go
teasing
to
me.
the food.
You're like stroking it like Dr. Evil on the cat. He's like, I want to get to this.
Yes.
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 We were going to talk about food, but Ron had a tizzy. I assume that was Ron. It
All
sounded
I
like
want
that.
is sharks with freaking laser
Tell
beams.
people where they can call in because I got to sneeze. I got to
Sharks
take a
with
second off.
freaking laser beams. God bless you. Woo! Yeah, thanks for spraying that one this way. So anyway, you can give us a call at 6317-MIKE-MO. 6317-MIKE-MO. That's Mike with a Y. Give us a call. Leave us a message. We will play it like we're going to play this one right now. How about that?
I had to fight
That's a
my
good little
second
segue.
sneeze. I know. I was normally I would have been on that, but I'm just
Yeah, you're slacking.
Oh wait, here we go.
Oh, come on. Or at least he caught that one. Goes on. Gross. Gross. There's still, you can see particles in the sun coming through the window. That's great.
This is wonderful. COVID doesn't exist though, so you're okay.
Guys, it's Liz.
Liz again.
Recently, Mo posted a throwback picture of himself playing softball where you could see a tattoo on his leg.
Sorry guys. Sorry. I
That's
had to-
enough. That's enough. 3 is enough. A tattoo. Yeah, that's what she was
Oh,
saying.
you want me to
Couldn't
keep?
make out what the tattoo was. So,
Oh, okay.
Mo, what is that tattoo on your leg? And do you have any other tattoos? And Mike, even though I know you're Jewish, I'm wondering, do you have any tattoos? And if not, if you could get one, what would you get? Love you guys. Bye.
All right, so I'll start it off.
There's a lot of questions in that one call.
Yeah. So the one on my leg is Baloo from the Jungle Book.
The bear.
Baloo is wearing a Cubs hat, has Wayfarer sunglasses, and is waving a pirate flag. Baloo really is the character who I think embodies my spirit more so.
That's your animal guide.
It is.
If you were Native American, that'd be your animal
My animal
guide.
guide is a cartoon bear.
Yes, Chugging Bear would have been your.
But I have I
your
do
name.
have 3 tattoos.
Uh-huh.
I have the bear on my leg. I have a bear paw, which is a tribal symbol on my right shoulder.
Uh-huh.
And the one on my left shoulder is after the first time I was really sick, where I had the pancreatitis and the diabetes, and I beat them both. Someone said, you're not supposed to beat both of those. If you beat them both, you must be Superman. So I have a Superman tattoo on my left shoulder, which is a skin tear.
Well, it's a cool tattoo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
it's kind of like busting through.
Yeah.
Your skin was too tight and then it busted
And
through.
there's a hidden message in it, too.
Is there?
Which is kind of cool.
Let me
yeah.
see.
You won't notice.
I won't notice. Oh yeah, there's a rainbow right there.
There's
Look
no
at that.
rainbow.
Okay, great tattoo.
There's no
All right,
rainbow.
so
But if you look in the middle of the S, you will see a Masonic symbol
oh yeah, I see that. I
Yeah.
saw the.
in the muscle, because
The
the muscle work
rays.
is done behind the Superman thing. So.
Okay.
And I have thought about recently getting another one. There's a couple of tattoos. One I want to get was, I want to get naughty across one forearm and nice across the other. So when you fold your arms, it's naughty and nice. It's kind
that's
of cool.
a good one. That's a good one.
But no. I haven't figured out what the next one is yet. Also, in the other bear paw, I've thought about putting something inside of the paw because it's empty, which it's meant to be. But
Got that farmer stand. Look at you.
yeah. Or they call it golfer stand, but I haven't been golfing. So that's just for my ride to Boston. I had the top off the Jeep. It was kind of nice.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
That's more of a farmer's burn.
It was great.
It's a driver's burn.
Here it's a burn. On the sides it's a burn. But on the top, I had some color for a couple of days. It looked nice.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
It looked okay.
It bleached your hair. It's all white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a little hair going.
Funny how that worked out.
So if you were to get a tattoo, what would
Yeah, I
you get?
don't-
Aside from like your Hartford Athletic logo on your
I don't
chest?
have a tattoo. I don't have a tattoo yet, like you alluded to. Good,
Oh.
good Jewish boy.
Yet.
I'm not getting one. I'm not planning on getting one.
You said
know.
yet subconsciously. You're
Well-
thinking they're still considering it.
Well, you never know. You can never say never. You can never say you're never going to get married. You can never say never.
Pretty fair.
You can never say never. But
The odds of me getting married to you getting a tattoo are pretty similar.
that's true. That's very true. What would I get? I mean, I have actually thought about this in the past.
Mm-hmm.
If I was to get a character, it would be Bartman.
Okay. I like Bartman.
Not Steve Bartman,
No,
who you love. I gotta just play that just to break the ice. All right, so Mo's gonna be silent for the rest of the show. So I wouldn't get
not
Steve.
only am I staring you down, I'm getting the eye twitch while you said it. So don't do that anymore.
Yeah. 2003 NLCS MVP Steve Bartman. Sorry, Carlos Beltran.
I hate
Here,
you so much.
8 home runs were nothing compared to that one foul ball. Moises should have caught it. So anyway, if I'm gonna get hit, I've thought about, and I know it's a little bit nerdy. If I was to go on my nerdy side of things, a little Star Trek insignia.
Yeah, would you do that? Would you do a Star Trek on your chest?
I think I would do a little Star Trek insignia right here.
Wow, not like most people over their heart. He's pointing to his heart. Most people put like their family, their daughter's name. So you're like Star Trek over my heart.
Well, I've actually thought of that. One of my friends, Andy, has his. I think it's just daughters. I don't know exactly, but footprints tattooed on him.
That's cute.
Which is really cool. Like the first baby feet print. I think that's really cute.
Where are they?
I want to say they're on his calf, if I'm not
Kind of
mistaken.
a weird spot for a baby to be walking. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, but the baby can reach the calf more than reach the arm.
I guess.
You know?
Holding. I don't know.
I don't know. Either way, I don't think that.
Either way, it's kind of cool.
It wasn't real footprints. It was just,
Would it be wrong if you chose?
Oh,
I see
and
you have a dreidel on the table here. Would it be wrong if you had like one of the letters,
my
a
sister.
Hebrew letter?
My sister's first tattoo was in Hebrew. now, Avi has a lot of tattoos for a Jewish girl. She has a lot of tattoos.
Yeah.
Very visible. Not trying to hide nothing. Her first one was in Hebrew
I like it.
on her arm. It was, yeah.
What letter is it?
No, it was like a phrase.
Oh, it's a phrase.
Yeah.
Can we say what the phrase is?
Huh.
I guess not.
Gefilte fish. I honestly, I don't remember what it was. I don't remember what it was. But she got it when she was a teenager, so it was probably
Never buy gefilte fish
probably
from a moil.
something stupid. No, I honestly don't remember what it was. But also the 2 hanging red socks would be something that I would get.
What about your Hartford Athletic? Would you bleed that through and through?
I do, but the thing is that the Red Sox have been with me my whole life and have actually had a much, much broader influence on my life as a whole, right?
Okay.
So in order of fandoms of teams, they were my first team that I was
your
ever
first love.
that was ever a major fan of. And it was the first major sports team I ever went and saw live, right? And then in consecutive order, if you would like to know them, it was Red
Sure.
Sox, then the Whalers. The Whalers, unfortunately, quickly transitioned into the Devils. Then the Patriots was the next pro game I went to. The old Sullivan Stadium. What a shithole that was.
That was my first football game I went to.
You know what? Then kudos to us for knowing the Patriots existed before 2000 and before 2000 even.
I went in the summer. I'm sorry. No, it had to be the fall, obviously. Duh. In the fall of 1989.
You went to a USFL game at.
It might have been 88. It was 88 or 89. It was a gift from my sister.
Coffin.
A gift from my sister for my senior year.
Okay.
It was me, her, and a friend of mine. We went to a game at we'd see a Patriot game at the old stadium.
Sullivan Stadium.
Yeah.
It was awful.
It's terrible. And they played Tampa. I think it was a 2-0 score.
Was that
on
when
the day?
when the Buck? Yeah, when
It was creamsicles.
when the Bucks were the creamsicles.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was the 80s.
It was hideous.
Mid 80s.
It was hideous. Late 80s.
Yeah, those were great. No, those were great uniforms.
Oh, they were hideous.
One of my favorite throwbacks.
Oh, they're great now.
That's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not going to get into that.
But in the
That's too
meantime-
good of a conversation to start in the 43rd minute.
But in the meantime, thank you, Liz. And Liz dropped off. She came by to visit me at the park the other day.
This is what you were alluding to.
This is what. Remember, she told us about these like bars
Ron, you can turn off the show now.
that Tenacious D was making this food.
Oh, that's what these are?
These are from Tenacious D. They're called Fiber Delish.
From what part of them?
I don't want to know.
Or what part of them,
But
I
it says
should say.
peanut chocolate chip. I have my contacts in, so I'm not reading details as far as
How bad it is
how
or
much
good it is
sugar
for you.
or anything is in this. It's 160 calories. I see that.
Yeah, speaking of sugar, before we even get to that, there's a new hard soda. I'm not going to talk about the brands.
Yeah.
But on the back of it, and it's the most delicious hard root beer you've ever had.
Okay.
51 grams per can.
Oh my goodness.
51 grams of sugar.
You want me
per
to
can.
die?
I mean, you may.
Yeah.
You may. Or Woody, he may.
They come with an insulin pen. That's all. Okay, so I opened it up and
That'd be something.
smells good.
Yeah, I suppose. It smells like a protein bar.
It's
like
a little
fiber bar.
sticky, kind of weird. Oh, you're just going right at it. Okay.
It's all right. It's good as far as like fiber and protein bars go. It's pretty good, but I can see by your face that you are not going to finish that bar. and with that, I thank you, Liz. And
Thanks, Liz. It was a wonderful thought and gesture.
good night and good luck.
Yay! 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 Yay!
This is god awful. Why do we have this?
Yay!
Oh, sorry. Thanks, Liz.